You denigrate yourself in front of these people. You disrespect yourself in front of these other people. You have no morals. How do you expect these other nations to treat you? What do you expect from these people? You don't even care about yourself. A man or woman that truly care about themselves going to first get to know his creator. I need to know something about me. How did my existence come into play? All these things should be something that should be of concern. Huh? Come on, son. I got to get something. I'm going to use these. Come on, I got to roll. I got to roll. Clock me in. Let's go. Come on, son. I need some readers. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Clock me in. I got to roll quick. Y'all all right? I just dropped by to tell somebody. Oh, Baptist slayer. Make a fool out of her. Make her shout, tell lies, fall on the ground and get musty. Isn't that right? Tear up your drawer. They were already tore before you got there. And still no truth. We get through. When you find people that came into contact with Yeshua, even a man that was a lunatic, he was clothed in his right. What spirit gonna have me running into this pew? That's a spirit of God. A spirit that gonna make me run and knock that camera over. I ain't got no money to pay for that camera. God know I'm broke. Why is God gonna run me into this camera? Why is God gonna make me flip down these steps and know I ain't got no insurance? My Obamacare ain't kicked in. This is fully emotions. Emotions have killed us. That's what they use. You can play music for animals. They're organ grinder for monkeys. What do we use for the people of God? We use the word. Come on, son, give me Genesis 1:1. This is an attempt to collect the debt. America don't like it, but I tell her, you are a debtor. Every man, every race, creed, and color is a debtor to the Most High God. Genesis 1:1.
Amen.
Listen to the book.
In the beginning.
Only reason we tell you this, in the beginning, which means there was nothing else. There was nothing else. Man don't want to acknowledge this. He's still trying to sell me the Big Bang Theory. I have no proof or evidence other than what God has stated.
Amen.
Huh? They said God is wrong. Prove it.
Amen.
Our book tells us to prove all things, hold fast to that which is good, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. You can't get complete without God's word. Tell them what happened, son.
God created.
Elohim. How many gods? One God. Elohim. In the beginning, when God began to create, not where he sat, when he began to create, where you dwell. Do you know there's an empty void when you don't even know where your existence comes from? This is why the so-called Negro is hazardous to himself. You lost something. There's something missing with you. The only history you got is what he records for you. 1492, he gave Christopher Columbus, and he never stepped a foot here. 1776, he gave you the independence when he actually got it in 1777, but you hadn't checked nothing. So what happened before 1492? Genesis 1:1.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
God created the heaven and the earth.
Tell them what happened, son.
And the earth was without form.
And what else was it, son?
Void.
It was nothing. God said when I came to get us a lie from hell, God didn't come and start nothing from a circle. God didn't come to a place that was already here and had a vacancy sign here. God said when I began to create, it was nothing. I need to know that.
Amen.
You need to know that.
Amen.
Because you got socialist ideals that are going on in your mind. And they're going to fight against what God had told you. They're going to say, how do you know that God ain't lying? How do you know he ain't? You prove he is, and I believe it. But all you got is teeth and tongue. You have nobody that was here to say any different. Huh? Who do they have here to say any different? The only reason I take what God say, because God's word line up, that's the only thing I can find to be right. Everything and everybody here recorded back, we find out later he's a liar. He told us that Christopher Columbus were people that went to the Queen of Spain and he got a ship some money to go and sail the new seas and go and find this lost land or wherever it was. And then we found out they were crooks and robbers and they were expelled from Spain. But they don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about that.
They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about a black man actually navigated the ship. They don't want to talk about that. You tell me I can go land in India and you going to give me credit for America? Who else can do it but white people? Huh? Let me ask you something, son. Who else can come here? Ain't never grown no tobacco with some bucket shoes and a rubber shirt and get a can and put Prince Albert on it. I'm not surprised that Prince Albert supposed to be responsible for tobacco when the Indians were planted way before a white face ever came. We're in bad shape. The only reason we have to dispel these myths, because if we don't, it's going to be hard for us to accept truth. It might seem as though it's a message of hate, but you got to hate wrong. Until you actually expel all these lies, you can't accept truth. Let me show you something right quick. Say that the 3rd chapter of the book of Philippians. Philippians chapter 3. Let me see verse 1. Listen.
Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. To write the same things to you, to me indeed, is not grievous.
Come on, son.
But for you it is safe.
But for you it's safe.
Beware of dogs.
Beware of who?
Dogs.
You know that's what they would describe Gentiles as at one time. Told us to beware of them. Y'all don't want to talk about that, though. If I want to talk about that, Canaanite woman sat down and she wanted Jesus to heal her daughter. Jesus told her it's not meat to take the children's bread and give it to what with them animals? Call a dog. And then he just told you to beware of them. What that mean? Jesus told her he couldn't take the children's bread and give it to dogs. This was a human being. So you telling me, let me guess what Paul was telling me about. Watch out for pit bulls. Watch out for chihuahuas and childs. German shepherds and Doberman pinschers, huh? No. Beware of dogs. Come on, son.
Beware of evil workers.
Beware of evil workers.
Beware of the concision.
Beware of the concision.
For we are the circumcision.
That do what?
Which worship God in the Spirit and rejoice in Christ Jesus.
And what do we do, son?
And have no confidence in the flesh.
Anything these people come up and they try to name and claim and have God without it and have God outside of it, we got to be aware of it. We have no confidence on it. I have no confidence in the Big Bang Theory. I have no confidence in nobody. People come, they try to present. Anybody, a thief come to try to recommend to me, I already got to look at when one thief recommends somebody, it must be another thief. When one liar come representing something, telling me about some good, truthful person, I already know it's another liar. Huh? They own saying birds of a what? What do they do? I'm yet to find a blue jay just flying in the midst of some red robins. Listen.
Though I might also have confidence in the flesh.
What happened, son?
If any other man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh.
Yes.
I more.
Talk to me.
Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel.
Important for us. Circumcision was something that was delivered to our father Abraham. Abraham is accredited for circumcision. This is something that we as Jews hold to value. Because what circumcision actually demonstrates is an uncovering. For a male on the genital, there's a covering that goes over the head. I think it's sexual, but it is. But then you got to come back and consider something else. There's something over your head. It's called a veil. This keeps you from seeing. Hold what you got. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, chapter 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 3. Second Corinthians chapter 3. Jump down and give me verse 12. Other brothers still got me Philippians the 3rd chapter, Genesis also chapter 1 about verse 3. It's all the same word.
Amen.
Listen to the book.
And such trust have we through Christ to Godward.
Come on.
Not that we are sufficient of ourselves
to
think anything as of ourselves. But our sufficiency.
1 Corinthians chapter 3.
Amen.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 at verse 12. 2 Corinthians, what is he at now? You're in the wrong place.
Verse 4.
2 Corinthians chapter 3. I never said verse 4, verse 12. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12. If I went on Craigslist and got somebody, I wouldn't have these problems. Amen. Listen to the book.
Seeing then that we have such hope.
Tell them what we use, son.
We use great plainness of speech.
And not as who?
Moses.
Where did he get this from, brother? Saying then we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. From Moshe. He got that from Moshe. Moshe taught us this in the 27th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. He told the priest when they write it, and to make it very plain. See, as simple as the speech is, you have to have some correlation. Let me tell you why. Again, if you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going. You're hearing something that's telling you to do something. Paul says, seeing we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Where are we going with this, Paul? So I need to have a history. When I go back, I can find this in the law. I can go back to look at Habakkuk, and Habakkuk 2 and 2. I was standing upon my wife and see what I would answer when I reproved. Then he said unto me, write division and make it what, brother? So it makes sense when Paul said. So he that readeth it may do what? So he's got to know what he's doing. Where am I running? If I don't know where I'm coming from, where am I running to? Where am I running to? I wind up running right back into the degradation. That's the same thing the so-called Negro has done today. This is why you never elevate in your thinking, because you think you're getting away from something, you're going right back to the very mess you've been in. You're still enslaved. When you enslave a man spiritually, it's the worst bondage you can get. There are people that train. I remember Minister Zach told me about his brother. Sent him a book one time. The book was to teach him how to connect with him, and it could allow him to leave the prison while being in the prison. Funny. But it shows you where a person can physically be in a situation and still be free. But when you spiritually imprison a person, you can't ever leave it. This is why people die with that same Baptist drag behavior. I like them old Baptist hymns, them nigger Christian songs. I thought we do is sing something, make a fool out of me. We got Zion songs. We sing our own song. Why you think when the king of Babylon them took her and they told her to sing one of them Zion songs? We said, we can't sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Amen. The song we sang, we got from them, Rock of Ages. They sung it before they gave it to us. These folk, they going to keep you dominated with this Christian mentality. They deem to tell you what's appropriate. They done made us spiritless like them. Sat down and crossed your leg and go to sleep and sit in church with your glasses over your nose like a done retard. We got that junk from them. In the 8th chapter of the book of Nehemiah, when he stood upon a pulpit of wood, and Ezra the scribe brought the script, they stood and he read the law for a third part of the day. Amen. They told her this 30-minute went in out, let the choir out sing the preacher. That's why we still in prison. Amen. They'll sell you a Sunday dinner, make a fool out you. You know you're dumb. Creflo Dollar so smart, his members dumb. He looked at how much money our heart was making off his members. Do you know that man went and made his members buy the eggs, buy the pancake batter, and he sell them Sunday breakfast now? That's a good pimp. That's a good pimp. Let me ask you something. You think that he should have bought the eggs and the pancake batter? Them dumb niggas should have bought them. That's your pimp. What do you expect from him? He teaching you Christianity. What's the difference? Come on, folks. Come on, folks. That's a part of Christianity. That's the problem with it. You're going to have an Antioch. When you join it, it's to make a fool out of you. What's wrong with what he's doing? You pay for that. That's your mindset. That's your mentality until you break it. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Become free thinkers. Challenge everything. Question everything. Your soul on the line. Amen. What is this man's agenda? My agenda, Creflo agenda, everybody's agenda. What is your wife's agenda? What is your husband's agenda? What is your children's agenda?
That's right.
My daughter come on to me and she walked. She said, Dad, I said, what you want? Because that's not her known behavior. The other time she just walk and go by. She said, why you think I want something? Because your behavior changed. It only changed because you definitely seeking something. See, so you got to do the same thing. Now, how is it you sat around these people all your life and they've been doing the same thing and you ain't learned yet that something's different, something's going on? And it's going to affect you? But she come to me, she wants some money. That's going to affect me. That's going to come out of my pocket. So I got to think about what else do I have going on? What was my purpose for what I had? Now taking this away from my purpose of what I had, how is this going to help or hinder the situation? Is it something I should even be doing? You don't even think. These people, before you know what happened, they already grabbed you and manipulated you. I'm one of the people make you sit down and think. Become a free thinker. Become a free thinker. You ain't got to go that way because everybody going that way. Is that even the way you're going? Darryl sent me something. One surprise. I've been told you people think like crowds. They took some people and they took some things, some numbers. They put some lines on the sign. Asked them, which of these lines was similar? Absolutely none of them. The person who wasn't a part of the group, he said, none of them. Other ones all said, two. He said. They showed him another one. He looked and he realized he got it wrong again, which he was actually right. They told other people, we want you to say it wrong, to say that it is. Do you know he started saying? He answered the same answer they answered. You know how stupid you got to be to look at something knowing yourself? Listen, it was completely wrong. It wasn't even similar. The crowd, the people all sat in the room kept saying, two. He looked, he said, two. They program you to think like other people. When you sat down and hear the word, the only reason why I had to dispel all these things, because speaking as a person that comes from the same ethnic background, I know the programming and the dynamics that we use. Except you break those chains and loose yourself, you're not going to actually give God a free chance. Because everything you've known about God or believed about God has come from somebody that hadn't known God. Mm-hmm. How many times have you met people or were introduced to people before you went, I'm going to introduce, come on for a second, let me use him. Stand over here, stand over your tongue. Hey, I'm going to take care of my Leon. Don't trust, I deal with him, but I don't trust him. Mm-hmm. Hey, Leon, how you doing, man? This is Mike. Hey, Leon. What's your mind thinking right now?
I don't trust him.
Why you don't trust him?
You told me he's a crook.
But you ain't had a chance to get to know him. You hadn't dealt with him or give him a fair chance. All you had was what I told you. And no matter how things work, that's always got to be in his mind when he deal with you. I was told to watch you. I was told you was a crook. I'm just waiting for you to show yourself. I've never given you a fair chance. Anything remotely comes up or a situation, I'm going to revert back to what I've been taught. This is what happened when you see Jesus. Everything you know about him, you got the wrong persuasion. That's why the color's a problem. It's a problem. Even for me, even when I look at the description, it's just, but when you see the white one, he just look right. Do you know how much programming has to be entailed to put that in your mind that can still come up? The reason why I tell you that, you think all of the years of teaching, the purpose of putting you in school, you don't pay attention to whites. I respect them on a lot of ends. They were the first people to pull their kids out of the socialist school system. Because it's socialist. You're teaching all these kids the same things, and these are things I don't agree with. For blacks, you've already been told it's the law. If your kids don't go to school, we can take your kids and you can go to jail. Uh-huh. We didn't give him a fair chance by telling him there are other options. You can opt out of this socialist program. You can rear your own children, and you can teach a curriculum equivalent to and better. We didn't tell him that. We tell blacks about truancy. We tell you about you getting your kids taken and you going to jail. We don't tell whites that. We tell you when you go in there to vote, when I hand you the paper. Who got this paper? I don't want you. Let me see that. Can I borrow a paper? Can I borrow a sheet? Let me do that. You don't have to tear it out. Give me a pen. Give me a pen. Da, 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 da. Da 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 da. There we go. Come on, voter. Come on, black voter. You know, ran over the kingdom with all that nigger stuff. Told you want to vote. These niggas make me sick. I'll tell you the truth. He done ran up all that food and they want to vote. Now, he can't hear me. I got 3 candidates on him. Y'all got me? My first candidate for president, John. Y'all want to know something about John? John's a drunk. My next candidate is Luke. Who want to know about Luke? He's a liar. Now, Mark, what you want to know about Mark? Homo. All right, come here, come hear me. You ready, nigga? Y'all want to Linda Bain Johnson supporter help me get you a little right to vote. I need you to vote. You got to pick somebody. Listen, you in the booth, you got to pick somebody. You know what get me mad with y'all niggas? Now, we don't say done built this little 3x4 closet, and you sit there killing my time. Will you please vote for somebody? You're going to vote for somebody. Vote, pick somebody. Get the drunk liar, homo. Which one?
Go with the drunk.
Drunk. How many for drunk? How many for liar? How many for homo? Homo, it don't make a difference. Who you gonna get? Who you gonna pick? You gotta get who? Get the drunk. Get the drunk. He picked the drunk. Give him a hand clap. Reason why what he did is what I would have did and everybody else would have did who wouldn't have known. You have options when you go to the voting booth. You can elect to choose somebody that's not on the ballot. This is something they don't teach you in school. This is something they don't tell you. All I do is I limit his choices. He in the booth, what you do at this point? People died for this. See, I don't tell you everything. I show you and I program you. He's got to pick one. And what are you taught? And what he did is what we did, which is true. You pick the lesser of the evil. Because you definitely don't want nobody lying to you. And you ain't going on with the homosexuality. Drunk can be anybody's interpretation. It can be 55 drink. I mean, drunk, but you can still be a good person. This is program thinking. Either way I go, I got him. Anyone he got, these are my boys. Listen, when I sat here and I thought them up, I made them up. I gave them their behavior. Then I put him here and I let him choose. Just pick one. He got to pick one. Why? You know where this come from is where they teach you? Thank you, sweetie. I put you on a game show. Come on for me. Come on, game show. Give us a game show class. Come on. Let's make a deal. Come on. Let's make a deal. Come on. Now, Leon, I really want you to win this. Huh? Now, you got opportunity. You can take the money. I ain't going to say how much it is. Take the money. Or you can take what's behind. Curtain number 1, curtain number 2, or curtain number 3. So what he do? What he do? Take the money. Take the money. Take the money. He took the money. Give him a hand clap. He took the money. Now I get him. I started to open up these curtains up. I got a stack of $1 million up here. It's to program him next time. Before you take what you can see, take what you can't see. This would be fool's gold. I'm going to take what I know. Why would I gamble and let this go to take a chance at what's behind that curtain? You will have people yelling, take the curtain, forget the money. You don't never know. Exactly. That's why I take the money.
That's right.
Why am I going for something I don't know? This is the same mentality you have with serving God. You trying to take something you hadn't even been properly introduced or have no knowledge to. These people giving you a hope that something's there so great and so good and it's retarded. I need to know. I need to know. That's why you here. When you saying you pray, when you saying you call upon, when you saying you restrain and restricted from behavior, do you know? That's why he said, I want you. You got to be taught of me. The whole world moves. You watch people thinking. People go to talk show. Come in for a second, sweet and get him. Me and her. This is my girlfriend. Hold on, here she go. She over there sitting down. I'm on the Jerry Springer show. Jerry done flew me up here. She out here. Both of us done flew up here. I have absolutely no idea. She already out here. I'm in the back. I come outside. She sitting down. And they got me sitting over here. And she got something to tell me. What? What could she possibly have to tell? What idiot actually thinks like this? Come on, you sit back down now. This is foolishness that they put the program people. Just like the reality shows. There's not one reality show that don't have a skit. This is beautiful. I'm on a reality show with my kids. My kids in their bedroom talk about they done flunked all their classes. I ain't gonna get to see that tape. And you said, I want to think Daddy gonna find out. They program you. They know what you like. See, this is how they get a system of realizing what to continue to feed you. Why you think these reality shows keep popping up? Because you show them by you programming, turning this fools, this is what you like. Why you think people like Creflo Dollar and all these people keep popping up? They know this is what you like. Everything you do is set up on the senses. Internet. When you go and you program, you put so much stuff in. Before you finish typing, it'll pop up. I start suggesting. When you go and text, when you get a couple of few letters, the rest of it spell it out. You say, that's neat. Exactly. Because I already know how you think. When I know how you think, then I know how to defeat you. You know what their problem is with terrorists? They can't figure out how they think. Unlike us, they don't tell everything. They know what the deal is. They have come back to hurt them with their own system. United States, here's some soldiers. Me, you gonna take a picture. We over here by that cave in Iraq. I know exactly what that is. Boom, blow you up. It's on Twitter. They don't put socialized media on. They use it against you. You put so much out of your mouth and what you're doing, they know exactly how you think, and that's how they keep you programmed. That's how they keep you seduced with these television shows. Y'all saying, watch this garbage? I don't watch one reality show. Only when I watch, when them white boys get them alligators. Only reason I watch because I want to see the alligator win one time. That's the only reason I watch. I'm just waiting on the episode where the alligator win, and I'm going to be satisfied. I don't watch it. It's dumb. He's stuck out here in his motor. Oh, he stay out here all day. He could lose his load. So you think they're going to let me sit here? First of all, I'm sitting here with a gun. My boat broke down. I stay out here, I could die if I don't get out from out of here. Nigga, get that boat up. This is common sense. But they have you thinking and hoping for something that's not even real, just like they do with God. You actually think they're going to sit here and leave this person sitting out here all night and they could die? But they'll tell you that. They can wind up never getting back. Oh, God. They play on your stupidity. The same way these preachers give you God, they play on your stupidity. There is a God that will work for you even when you do nothing. There's absolutely nothing in life that produces anything to you for nothing. When a man gets a whore, you know how to start off with a pimp? You take her and you introduce her to a lifestyle. You introduce her to a lifestyle. You shower her with goods. Then you tell her, in order for us to keep doing this, once you know the deal is sealed. She loves this lifestyle. In order for us to keep doing this, you're going to have to do something. What? What am I going to have to do? I mean, you're going to have to do something. And before you know it, now she's tricking on the street. And you know she telling her, hey, we're doing what we got to do. We ain't doing what we got to do. You're doing what you've been programmed to do. You didn't actually make a really sit down and a wise conscious decision. You were put in a situation. This is what he do with you here. He got you. He got you to go get an education. How many of you went to college? I'm going to educate you. Good black nigga. I didn't mean to say nigga. It slipped. 4 years. 4 years? 5 years. You went 5. You got killed, baby? Oh, something happened. No, we don't know. And he's going to get that big old degree and don't give me no money up front. He's going to pay me later on down the road when he get out. Now I entrapped him. He want to do something to pay that money. Look at the tricks they got on y'all now. You know, they're actually pushing now for y'all to go to jail. You're going to pay this money.
You're right.
You think when you took the average of those women, had they known when they were getting showered they were going to be stuck on the corner, they still would have did it? No. This is what he do with you with college. First, he sells you on how you learn it. Then when you get it, the average person ain't even working in their field. It's just like a pimp when he sell a hoe. We going to come up. We not going to come up. He going to come up. You going to be working, baby. Now you working and scuffling. You don't even make enough money to even try to budget out how to even pay it. The thing is going up. You know who it remind me of? Sharecropping. Come on, Leon. Come here. You been a good Negro. I wants to buy this here field. And means you gonna work it. And when we work this field here, boy, Mr. Boy, what you gonna do? I'm Mr. He boy. What we gonna do? This gonna be ours. You gonna work, and I'm gonna supply all the seeds and everything they have the land, and then you gonna work it, you and your family, and then we gonna sit down, we gonna divide it up at the end of the year. He good with that. Nobody ever left it. Because once I got him trapped in and we get down, first of all, Leon don't know how much seeds cost. Leon is not going with me to the bank. I'm definitely not taking him when I go sell these seeds. When I sell their crop. When I come back, I tell Leon what we got. Just like you tell the hoe. What we do, baby? What we do? You're going to have to grind harder. You're going to have to grind harder. That's the only way we're going to come up. That's the only way we're going to get it. You're going to have to grind. Now, Leon know come this year coming up, he really got to get it if he want to get out of him. Leon ain't going to never leave him. All I changed slavery to was just gave the name of sharecropper. He's still stuck. Come on, get up. You don't leave. You sick of this foolishness. You going to go ahead and leave. No, yeah, go ahead. Woo! God, this nigga, you done stole. You trying to break off and you owe money for seed and been here. It's called authorities. People don't like to think. People don't. Where y'all think a pimp get it from? Where do you think they get it from? The program has never stopped, people. Every time you learn it, he changed the program. He just put a different name on it. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed, people. Nothing changes. These people lock you in. They trap you. Well, where you going? Where are you going? They trap these people in spirits. They get these people there and they get them locked into these deals with these churches. People locked into deals with these churches. Now they lock them in. This old time, years back, some of the young folk don't mean it. They had what we call back then charters. What charters was, when you have folk listed on there when the church got started, how it got started. See him, the good nigga him put a name him, and they formed them name him on their him deed for their him church. Go ahead and leave if you want to. They're going to be coming to get your farm. They've been getting you. They've been getting you for years. These partner ministries, I want you to partner with us and get you to sign up on them contract. You're behind God. You locked in for life with these people. Because it never ends. These people always got a different agenda. They train other people. So you train to watch him. All I do is train another person look like you do the same game I was going to do to you. Ain't nothing changed, baby. When you can go to church and they tell you the law is separation between church and state, but I got this politician here, I want y'all to vote for him. You know who man is that, y'all? That's God's man. God has brought him among us to help us and get us out. God ain't brought him. I brought that nigga in. I brought that nigga in here because, man, that nigga got a deal going, and when that nigga get that position, I'm going to get something I want. And y'all niggas will never get nothing. But you'll feel like he God man. Go ask to see how many of those people ever show back up those churches. I used to be there. I remember we voted for Zigzag Zell. Zell Miller. Calling Zigzag. He couldn't drive straight. He was a drunk. Y'all remember Zell Miller on it? Shot him out. You know, he said, I really like being in here. He said, the spirit. He said, but I got to go. He said, but I'm going to be coming back. I'm going to be coming back real soon. Give me 5, 10. Because you know what? He's got to work this service time. They were hitting them 11 o'clock, so you got to hit them quick and go. Hit them quick and go. You got to try to cover all them Sunday churches. Tell them people, this who God got for us. This is who we going to vote for. This is who we got. And I got my check. I got paid. My deal done. And y'all some dumb niggas. Unlike these other preachers, I owe these people nothing. I owe these people absolutely nothing. And the only reason I have to expose all these different things, because the only way you're going to hear truth, you're going to have to dispel all these lies. There are no good Christians. There are none. Not one of them. It's a lie. It's just like good robbers and nice murderers. How many of y'all met some nice murderers? Good robbers. They're all the same. How about polite rapists? I introduce myself before I rip your clothes off. You still got to look at you being victimized. Now, the spiritual victimization is worse than the natural. All of these natural things I told you, you can heal from, but the spiritual damnation they put on you in destruction, you don't ever heal. Most of the time how it works out, people don't usually get a chance to heal people like me. What they usually do at that point is just dispel and hate God. God is the fault for all these rotten people. When the whole time, God is not the fault. It's just the mere fact you hadn't known God. You've been manipulated into knowing a certain type of God, but you hadn't known God. Now it's hindering you in your worship or belief in God, because now ain't nobody to be trusted. That's not true. You just got to be taught. That's why we're here. Come on, finish this up for them. This is a little over y'all head today. This ain't teaching you need, huh? Maybe we should do some fundraising. Have a beautiful baby kind. Who got the prettiest baby? These people sell you and put you. Let's do a Tom Thumb wedding. People got all kind of time for all kind of foods, but when does truth ever avail herself? Amen. Listen what he told us on 2 Corinthians. You still got that for me? Amen. Chapter 3. Amen. Jump down and get where we still at. Verse 14.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. Listen to this.
And not as Moses.
Not as Moses.
Which put a veil over his face.
You know why that's important for you? Because the man's genital, when he's uncircumcised, is similar to a veil. It covers the head. So when the law is being read, he said Moses put a veil over his face. What reason, brethren?
That the children of Israel
could not do what?
Steadfastly.
See the what?
Look to the end of that which is abolished.
Even when you deal with a man naturally being circumcised, there's a reason for it. There's a lot of things that can happen under a veil. There's a lot of bacteria, things that can be kept there that can be detrimental and harmful over the years. It's harmful and detrimental to you when you can sit in a place and be taught and not fully know the fundamentals of truth. It's detrimental. You know what a veil, you're more easy to stumble over here with a veil over your face versus being uncovered. Huh? There are a lot of things you can find yourself subject to or being caught up in or catching yourself in beholding or when you can't see. So he said when Moses spake to them, he spake with them with a veil. The purpose of Moses' veil was they couldn't see. Listen.
But their minds were blinded.
But their minds. See, we look at what happened. This is where the veil is for us. And being Jews, this has come along right here to establish us as being Jews. He said their minds were being blinded. Listen.
For until this day.
Until this day. What happens?
Remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament.
You know what you do? Some of y'all still got that Christian behavior when you read the Old Testament law. That was back in the olden times. See, when it comes down to the reading of the law, there's still a covering. People's hearts are still covered because people don't actually want to sit down and be subject to truth. Since times have become when they look at more sophisticated, more modern, but people become more intelligent, they think that the Bible become more antiquated. This is our problem today. When you got smartphones that have been programmed by a person, they ain't that smart. They teach you this. You call your phone smart. You won't say that about yourself. Your kids, you call your kids dummy, but your phone's smart. They program you. They program and manipulate us. We don't even think that now we come a subject to, now we're sitting here and we're saying that the Bible is antiquated when it's right. It already told us about these times before they even happened. In the 24th chapter of the book of Matthew, he told you there's going to be wars and rumors of war. All these things were the end, were the beginning of sorrows. That nations were going to rise against nation. What's more modern than the word? They couldn't even see it. Come on, son, finish this up.
Which veil is done away in Christ.
Circumcision. We talked about this on yesterday in the 15th chapter of the book of Romans, about verse 7, that Yeshua was a minister for the circumcision of the truth.
Amen.
See, now you talk about our circumcision now is not the one we're looking for in the genitalia. So for the women, it wouldn't be useful. But we look at the removing from the heart. See, in the 10th chapter of the book of Romans, he told us about, for with the heart man believe it. But when there's a veil that's there, and how that veil comes, somebody put it there. Somebody put it there. Veils are used for a purpose. Veils are used to cover, to keep something away and hid. Even when it came out Old Testament law, when we established the tabernacle, the first, what was it called, brethren? The sanctuary. That's where the people gathered. That's where the shewbread and the table. And the second, it was the most kodesh. It was covered, which had the air, had the ark, had the manna, had the rod of Aaron that budded, and the other thing we can't particularly speak of at this time. Because it was meant to be covered. It was meant not to be shown to you, but you were taught this with the law. In the 6th chapter of the book of Isaiah, when he told them, who's going to go for me? He said, I'll go. He said, go, but they won't see. Speak to them, but they won't hear. They won't perceive with their heart. And then they wind up believing, and they be converted, and I'll heal them. So that veil was set there to keep you from something. That's why the veil was set in the Old Testament law. It was to keep you from something. This is where you stop. But now when you come to the Mashiach, whom they call Christ, he said that veil is done away. He said you hadn't come to the mountain that couldn't be touched. When he came down to speak the law, he told Moses to put a barrier around it. If man or beast touch it, they should be thrust through. But the 10th chapter of the book of Hebrew, pick me up, son, 10:19. Let's roll quick.
Amen.
Tenth chapter of the book of Hebrew, verse 19. Listen to the book.
Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the most Kadesh.
Now, what's going to let me do that? Well, you told you could do that? You were just taught in the 9th chapter you couldn't go there. Position had to change. Having therefore,
brethren,
what we had to have?
Boldness.
To do what?
To enter into the most Kadesh.
Listen how?
By the blood of Jesus.
And by what else, son?
By a new and living way.
Because there was no way you could enter in without blood. No way you can enter in without blood. We had bloods of he-goats and bullocks and lambs. Now he said, having boldness. You got to be to go there. Because there was only one person that was allowed to go there, which was who? High priest. That's why the book told in the 5th chapter of the book of Revelation, they were giving thanks because to our God, what did he make us? Kings and priests. That was significant for us. In order for you to enter where the Most High God said, your position have to change. If you're going to be saved, your position got to change. You can't be saved as a Christian because it keeps you from something. Just like if you don't be circumcised, there's still a blood that's upon your hearts. When you read the law, you think it's done away when it's still been established. Yeshua told her, think not I come to destroy the law or the prophet. I did not come to destroy, I came to fulfill. If you're going to be made a priest, then you got to get in. So it's a new and a living way. New is something you're not familiar with. New. After you had it for a while, when you first get married, you call that your new wife. When you first purchase an automobile, you call that your new car. Huh? But after a period of time, it's your car. This is new to us. Because we've been so bondage, it's been so in bondage and so trapped down with an old slave mentality of worship toward God. That now he tell you, you got to take on boldness, but your boldness only comes because you know you can do it. You shouldn't take this boldness on if you don't know you can do it. The only way you should take this boldness because the words establish it. The Lord already told me that there's no way you go into the condition of all except you're the high priest. And you couldn't do it without blood. Why would I take on boldness to go? Because I just feel like going on. That's crazy. Your boldness should be a confidence. Your confidence be because the word has established it. That's why he said we should have boldness. That we can enter this a new and a living way because it wasn't first presented to us. At the first, it was only for the Levitical priests. Our position changed. There were law. There were things written for us. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our what? That we through patience and comforts of the scripture, call it boldness, might have hope. That's why we're here. Y'all hear that? What you hear? These people have no idea what's going on. These people cussing right now. Messed up. That's our covenant. That's how we know we're doing the right time. God told He's going to give us the first and the latter rain. This is God fulfilling His covenant. When we took the Lord's Supper on Passover, we had a full moon. Because He brought our forefathers out by light. You ain't got no business in no darkness. You got what's called food goals. Some people take on boldness even when it don't make no sense. Our boldness is confidence. Our confidence because we believe, we trust in God's word by a new and a living way. Listen.
Which He hath consecrated for us through the veil.
That is through the what?
Through the veil.
Through the what?
Through the veil.
Which is what?
That is to say, His flesh.
Y'all missed it. Moses told you the Lord was going to raise up to you. What was it called? A prophet. A prophet either have vision or dreams. A prophet vision can come in a trance, eyes open and not being asleep. Dream, sleep, unconscious. Moses ain't going to raise up a prophet just like me. Him you should hear. Moses had a veil. You should have been watching. You should have a veil. It was called flesh and blood. Moses said he's going to be just like me. Moses said it was just like me. Him you going to hear. It was a veil. It kept you from the most Kadesh all. He told you that the Father in me, He'll do the work. Why do you think you couldn't see the Father? Cause of the veil. Let no man trouble me. It's too much you don't know. It's just too much you don't know. That's why you can't be a Christian. I could never be a good Christian. Like Brandon said, I'm glad I didn't listen. I wouldn't want to be a good Christian. A good Christian would keep me from disbelieving the truth. I don't want to be a Christian. I like the way God set up. You know why I like it? Because it teaches a man how to contain himself. If I was a Christian, I could do what I want, then still come back to God. Can't make it like that with God. What God established, He told me, be ye perfect. Even my Father in heaven is perfect. My Father in heaven is perfect was down here and showed it to me in the flesh. He told me if I had not come and spoken to them, you're not had no sin. But now you ain't got no excuse for no sin. If I was a Christian, I'd say we fall down. We ain't never getting up. Christian ain't never getting up. Huh? When it comes down to a Jew, a sanctified believer of God's word, an Israelite, stand upon your feet. That's the only way it's going to be right. That's why we're here. We've had so much bad dogma over the years till it has hurt us in our worship and servitude toward God. It's dangerous believing in something and don't know what it is. It's dangerous believing in something and don't even know what it is. That's how they sold us all these illusions. Didn't even know nothing about yourself. I was aquatic. What are these between my fingers? Webs. I came from the ocean. So daily it'll corrode my eyes. And I came from the sea. These are my webs because I was once aquatic. Then I was a baboon. If I climb a tree, I need a ladder. But I used to be a baboon. something's wrong. Something's wrong. Do you not know this is going to have some play on my actions? The people that sold me this hype have sex with animals. They had an agenda. Why would I teach you that you were one of these animals? Because when you catch me sleeping with one, it kind of makes sense. I'm only really going back to my original state. People have agendas. They show you animal. They got donkey shows in the Philippines. These people sell you this stuff. You don't even see the detriment in it. What would be the purpose in selling me this stuff? Because there's an agenda, folks. If you don't awake to hear God, you're going to fall dormant to these people's foolishness. Just finish that Genesis 1. I'm trying to let y'all go. I apologize. I had a preacher on tonight and I messed up. I did. I messed up. I got in the way. I did. It was not my intent. It really was not. But certain things, when I seen that picture today, it hurt me. When I say I want that picture posted on my website. I don't want the link. I want the picture. The reason it hurt me, I just couldn't imagine doing that to anybody, child, a white one, an Asian one. I couldn't imagine putting a baby, a child, just sit in a fence and we sit here and feed it like an animal. What's the mentality of a person? Or these are, I'm talking about large mass of people sitting around here waiting to feed the animals. Something's wrong with us as a human race. Not just white, something wrong with us. Something wrong with people. Anytime you can do anything to a person for no reason, something wrong with you. Yeah. Any race, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. And when you ain't got no God, it's only natural for you to go and to hate other people as well that's got a God and try to destroy them as well. They know they're in a destruction. You know what? I can't blame them. Not as much as I can blame anybody with a disease that'll pass it on to other people unknowingly. And after you get it, I'm sorry. You wished I'd have told you that before you got it. Why you think it's been such a manipulation to take you away from a God? If I don't have one, I don't want you to have one. Women will do it. If I ain't got no man, I don't want you to have one. Yep. Men will do it. If I ain't got no girlfriend, I don't want you to have one either. Yep. It's on the natural. You see people that a God acknowledges, that's got a history with a God, that's got the only God, and you made up a God that doesn't exist. It only makes natural that you come capture those people and take their God from them. Yep. So you make them as you godless. The black so-called Negro people are godless. You're godless. You're godless. We don't have a God. That's why we learn to be taught about a God. Then what has to happen, there has to be an attraction. Something has to allure or draw you to God. Isn't that right? When you sit back to look at the only real knowledge about you comes from Him. The only real information that give you any history about yourself comes from Him. Then you find out He made you. Who else? If you found out, Moses, you had a great, great, great auntie, would you try to go find her? Something wrong, Moses. You ain't worried, Moses. Let me go back to Leon up here. I can't use it. Moses, I tried though, didn't I? Don't I beat you on spade. Don't take it personal. The reason, he had probably a different agenda. He probably, now she probably owe me something or want something. But the reason the average of us, if you found that you had somebody older and back, you go back because you feel like you have history. You have some knowledge that I wish to seek. That's why we come back to God. He's got some knowledge we seek. That's right. Some knowledge that gives us a better footing of how we got here. Tell me about such and such and such and such. As far back as you can remember, then tell me what you heard from them as far back as they can remember. I'm trying to get back to a place. This is why we go through the book. The oldest living relative we have are all recorded in our book. So now we need to go back and look and trace back. When we get back, we find out we trace back to God. Amen. When we follow Yeshua's history from Matthew, and when we go back over to the third chapter of the book of Luke, we find out we trace his genealogy. We trace it all the way back to the son of Seth, who was the son of Adam, and Adam was the son of who? That puts me related to God. Not many people trying to go and pay these folks on what's this comtree.exittree.com. Quit lying. These folks get people semen and rape folks and can't find them. Yeah. You're going to take my spit and you're going to trace it way back to Africa through Sweden. People quit being stupid. You know how many other people, how you going to take my history and only light brown and you're going to trace it back and ain't going to hit no white man? Oh, jump the white man. Oh, jump that slave. You from Africa. I paid you $499 and sent my spit in the mail for another $18.50 for another $27 next day for you to tell me I'm from Africa? Nigga, please. There ain't no new information.
That's right.
Oh, man, you from the Wawula tribe. Send me a bone in the mail and tell me to tie it up in my hair and I'm bald-headed. With a chicken foot.
That's right.
We'll make a fool out of us. There's no way to actually trace your genealogy back because you've been race mixed. Listen, this is the problem you got. When you go back and start reading 2 Chronicles, every king you find from Judah is going to give you who's the mother. They married women that were not from Judah. Ruth was a Moabite. Now, how you not going to trace and you're going to stem off and you're going to wind up hitting Lot?
Yep.
When you trace back, you're going to hit some of the children of Moab. You're going to hit the king of Moab. These people make a fool. I don't believe these people. What we look for is a spiritual DNA. And that's why we use the word. Because when you get to dealing with genealogy, he said it's only going to cause strife. How you know how you trace back is through your obedience. He was the son of God because he obeyed God. And if you obey, you become the sons of God.
Amen.
First John, finish that up. 1 John 3:1. Goodness, I got to get out of here. I was supposed to have been just stopping in here for a minute. I just dropped by to tell you. We in bad shape.
Amen.
Every race. Ain't got a race ain't in bad shape. So-called Negro in the worst shape. We're in the worst shape because we want him in not. Then you got nerve to be an atheist. Every black person an atheist, they ought to line them up, let me kick them in their stomach. No, ain't nothing but a God that could have got you him.
That's right.
God know in no position to say no foolishness like that. But when you've been raped and you've been molested, when you've been tortured, I guess it ain't that hard. When you done dealt with mind control, it's easy to believe in nothing than believe in what these people got.
Amen.
Nobody, atheist, the only thing with an atheist, the truth be told to you, haven't presented no truth. Everything else you got ain't got no finding, no fact to it. So if that's all I hear, then I guess I would be an atheist too. If the only thing I hear to be a Christian or die, I'll be an atheist. You know what they'll do? They'll do what you did in the simulation. Check out one of them. You got to take something. That's what hurt us. More people in a religion because you got to take something. You don't want to look unreligious.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't want to look like a heathen. When you don't even realize when you took one of them, you were heathen.
Yeah.
When you took one of them, you were uncultured. Listen to the book.
Behold,
in 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold,
what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us.
That we should do what?
Be called the sons of God.
God had to put something on us. That we should be called the sons of God, the doorpost. During Passover. He had to take the blood and strike the doorpost. You know what they do? Is save the house.
Yeah.
That was important for you to know. Because you also supposed to be a house.
Yep.
What you got? 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. When you took the Passover, well, not took the Passover, Lord's Supper for us, but back when the Passover was given to them, they had to take the blood. They had to strike the two side posts and the head. When you took that wine, you got vessels in your body. They run down both your arms and up to your brain. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16, be fine. 17 what I want, but You got to be 16 years old before you ever turn 17. Listen.
Know ye not?
Know ye what?
Not.
What he told me, son?
That ye are the temple of God.
I told you. See, now you got to become that house. That was the purpose when they struck it. You understood safety was in the house. That's where you had to be, inside the house. That was safety, and there had to be something to cover that house. Now he just told you, no, you didn't know that you were the temple of who?
God.
Tell him what happened, son.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to come through by obedience.
Amen.
That's how you obtain the Spirit, by obedience. Now, if the Spirit of God dwell in you, tell him what happened, son.
If any man defile the temple of God.
If any man defile the house of God.
Him shall God destroy.
That's why God destroyed Egypt. The book told you in 1 Timothy, every house is built by some man. He that maketh all things. Who is that again? That's God. So if you didn't put no blood on it, God destroyed it. Everything in the house, God destroyed it. This is why we see the importance of you looking at yourself more valuable than what you just been taught. That's why we got to try to dismiss all this foolishness we've been taught and we've taken it because it's hurt us. The Bible tell you that house, in every house there's some things to honor and to dishonor. We look at this house, this had to be a house of honor. He told you in the book of Isaiah, heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. What house will you build for me? Have not my hand made all these things? But to this man will I look. You got to be broken, people. That's the problem. Even when he told you concerning his tabernacle, he said you can destroy this. What was it? And in 3 days. Guess what you got to be willing to do with your house? It's got to be broken. It's got to be broken down, and God got to build it again. He can't build a Christian. God got all the sense, all the knowledge in the world. God ain't got sense enough to build a Christian. He wouldn't know how. We just the dumb as a brick. But it come down to building a house of honor. God can build it. They come down and build a house that God said, I can make a habitation. God can build it. That's how we know how to establish a synagogue. A synagogue, by definition, is a place where Jews gather and worship. Jews have already been taught, can't have no idol pictures. Huh? Jews already been taught what can go inside the house. Nothing that defileth itself. So now, if you know that concerning the synagogue, how you don't know how to possess your body in sanctification and honor? If I tell you now you're a house, let me ask you that. Can I put a picture of a dove representing the spirit going up? Can I put a picture of an angel with a white robe and some spaghetti hair just trying to go on up to Jesus? So you know these things. What about some praying hands up here at the altar? Can I do that, Hayward? So if you know these things, because it's going to defile the house, then you should know what shouldn't go inside your body.
Amen.
You should know what behavior is to be conducted in the house. This is why God is so angry with us. If you know these things, how you don't know how to build it, how you don't know how to establish this house that you got here? That's why I say, what? Know you not that your body is a temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, whose temple you are? And if any man defile it, him,
God destroyed.
Let's see what happened. 9th chapter of the book of Ezekiel. Can we just check it out and see what happened? Because that Paul mouth talking, our law teach us 2 or 3 witnesses. Right. Every word got to be what? Got to be established. We can't take teeth and tongue. Let's see what happened in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Ezekiel chapter 9, have verse 1. Listen to the book.
He cried also in mine ears.
He cried also in my ear.
With a loud voice.
With a loud voice.
Saying.
What did he say, son?
Cause them that have charge over the city to draw near.
Y'all hear this? Get me all the rulers. Get me everybody in here that's got authority in the city. Come on, son.
Even every man.
Even every man.
With his destroying weapon in
y'all
his
hear
hand.
Y'all hear that? He said, I want every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. Come on, son.
And behold.
6
men came from the way of the higher gate.
Come on, son.
Which lieth toward the north.
Yeah. Where they come from, y'all? That come from Judah, north gate. Come on.
And every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
Every man a slaughtering weapon in his hand. What happened, son?
And one man among them was clothed with linen.
Listen.
With a writer's inkhorn by his side.
Come on, son.
And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar.
Listen.
And the glory of the God of Israel was going up from the cherub.
Listen.
Whereupon he was to the threshold of the house.
Listen. That's the entering in of the house. Threshold. That's the entering of the house. Come on.
And he called to the man clothed with linen.
He called to the man clothed in linen.
which had the writer's inkhorn by his side.
What did he tell him to do, son?
And the Lord said unto him,
What did he tell him?
Go through the midst of the city.
Go through the midst of the city and do what?
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Yes.
And set a mark.
Nobody going to go through Alpharetta. He ain't need nobody to go through California. He ain't nobody to go through New York, New York. Who going through that? Who going through South America? God concerned about Jerusalem. That's the city of peace. Listen.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
In the 8th chapter of the book of that same book, you'll find he told Ezekiel to do something. Dig through the wall. When you dig through the wall, look at the abomination that all these people commit. Ezekiel wound up digging through the wall and found out he looked. He said, come here. I'm going to show you greater abomination. These were going on inside the house. See, what Paul just told y'all in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17, don't mean nothing to me if I don't know the law. I have to know the law. You have to be able to ask me concerning the law. Listen what happened.
And to the others he said,
And to the others he said,
Go ye after him through the city.
And what happened, son?
And smite.
You know why that's important to you? Where do we find this reference at again, brother? John in Revelation. At the 7th chapter of the book of Revelation, when John seen him, he saw the angel hold back the four winds, told him to hurt not the earth nor the trees, not until he sealed his servant in their foreheads. See, that wouldn't make any sense unless I understood Ezekiel. I got to understand the law. See, the same thing before he destroyed these people. He told them to go through the city. I want you to put a mark on every man that looked at inside. You know these folk tell you about these sins? Man, I ain't got time to worry about no gay man being married. That's why they ain't got no mark. These people that sit around and watch all these, that's what he's looking at. The people that don't bother, don't put no mark on them. But after he got through marking them, he said, now go after him. Every man ain't got the mark, kill him. Listen to the book.
Let not your eyes spare.
Oh my goodness. Don't let your eyes spare.
Neither have you pity.
They don't want to give God this credit. This ain't the devil talking. God told him to go through and kill. Don't spare. Neither have your eye pity. Talk to me, son.
Slay utterly.
Slay utterly. Tell them what age, son.
Old and young.
You know what? Y'all know it's tragic when you kill old people. Who want to see a baby get killed? He said that every head of one of them that don't sigh, kill them. Every one of them that don't cry. Every one of them that don't bother them, kill them. This is why y'all got to be, you got to watch yourself by being so passive. See, Christianity make you passive. And you won't get a mob. They don't teach people stuff like that. What's wrong? You know what happened when they read this, Leon? The same veil be upon their heart. Listen.
Both maids and little children and women.
Maids will be virgins. Just being a virgin ain't enough to save you. Kill them and little children. Listen.
But come not near.
But come not near who, son?
Any man.
That had the what?
Upon whom is the mark.
Gotta have the blood, son. Gotta be a stain. That's what Yeshua had on his garment. Had a stain. You want to have a stain to keep your folk. That's why we take the blood. You know what they found out about wine? It's one of the worst things you want to get on your clothes. The red one hard to get out. That red one real hard to get out. Man, you can try to bleach it what you want. It's hard to get that stain out. Come on, son.
And begin in my sanctuary.
Wow. Wow. Know ye not that you the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, who temple you are? And if any man defile the temple of God, why do you think he told him to start at the sanctuary? Because this is where the mess is at. This is where they let these people put up these illusions on the wall. This is where they let the people do whatever they want to do. They tell them, come one, come all, don't change, don't do nothing God told them to do. He said, start in my sanctuary. The house defiled. The reason why this is important for me, because now I have to look to the man. He said, that's why I'm going to look to this man. He knew how to keep the house. He knew exactly what the particulars were concerning how to keep your body. The Bible told you that every one of you should know how to possess your body in sanctification and in honor, not in the lust of what was it? Concupiscence, even as to who? Gentiles, which know not God. That's why they got Christian churches, because they don't know God. Why would you have the same behavior in your life as a Christian? You pray like a Christian. Oh, man, that morning, Lord, you woke up in my, one of my cool in bed this morning, Lord. Got backer in my doing shirt. Got some rubbers in my back pocket. And I'm married. Third wife. Moonshine at home in my car. And long, I know you were, Heavenly Father, I know you could have fallen. Ain't no man you that fallen. Man, that's time for that junk. Take my foot and kick a dick in his behind. Get up for that Christian prayer. Hell, all of us going to hell. Remember, Andre was talking about a prayer. What that fella prayed? Tell me a little bit what that fella prayed. Let me hear a Christian. What that Christian fella prayed?
Father, in heaven, Father. It was Deacon Hall.
Deacon Hall.
He had a gourd on.
What Deacon Hall you do?
Yeah.
What Deacon Hall pray? Tell me what Deacon Hall prayed, son.
Come in the room this evening, Heavenly Father. I want you to bend my head and lock my shoulders. Come in the room this evening. I thank you that my bed was my cooling board this morning. Mm-hmm. You cooled my scorching fever.
Yeah.
Come in the room this evening. Come in the room this evening. Even if the dawn stay long.
Yeah.
Even though the building was made by the hands of a gambler. Father.
Why would God come in a place that a gambler built? And you will see people praying to this? Appreciate Deacon Hall. He was a good deacon Christian Baptist. What is wrong with people's mind? You see the danger of this stuff? That people will be sitting here praying, Father. It was made by the hands of a gambler. If they gamble, it burned down. But when you don't know, this is the problem. We can laugh now because we've been illuminated. But when you're still in darkness and the veil upon your eyes, what's wrong with it? Just because he was a gambler don't mean he didn't love the Lord. Because he pawned everything they had and their family were living in the homeless shelter don't mean he wasn't a man of God. Listen, I'm going to tell you about me now. I'm not going to talk about nobody. Jesus said something in the Bible about don't talk about nobody. Folks talk about people, the same people say I'm going to hell. What Jesus said about you, say I'm going to hell. I said it because you said somebody, did Jesus tell you to do what I do? They shoot themselves in the foot. That's why we got to break the indoctrination. Come on, put in that first person, John. I'm going to let y'all go. Rafiq, I sure appreciate you spending all day with him and his wife. They've been with us, been so sweet. Give them a hand clap. They've been here since 11:30. I'm sorry about 11:25. I shot up 11:30. Come on, finish this up so we can go. I appreciate y'all. I mean that too. Appreciate it. Come on.
Back in 1 John 3.
3 and 1. Come on, son.
Behold,
what manner of love
the Father hath bestowed upon us,
that we should be called
the sons of God.
Therefore,
the world knoweth us not,
because they knew
him not.
Talk to me, son.
Beloved,
now
are we the sons of God.
Now, meaning what were we before that? If I said now we right, what did that mean? We were wrong. If I said now we the sons of God, we weren't before. So before we won a house under honor. But now
we are the sons of God.
And it doth not yet
appear
what we shall
be.
But we know when he shall appear.
We shall be like him.
For we shall see him
as he is.
Because the veil is done away. We couldn't see him like he was. He had a veil on. Would it make sense to say that we don't know what we're going to be like when we see him go up? We know, and we were told that same Jesus is going to come back. And that same Jesus is going to come back in like manner. The veil is done away. The veil is going to be done away. In 1 Corinthians 15, you had to go get it by 24, 25, 30. You'll find he started to tell you, after everything been subdued, even the Son got to be subject to the Father. He's got to put down, he got to take that off. That God going to be all in all. He got to put down all rule. That God going back being just like he was in Elohim in the beginning. God, singular, superior, supreme ruler. The Son was told to sit here until after I make all these people subject to you, I'll take that back now. he'll be able to take the veil off. Listen.
And every man that hath this hope in him.
Had this hope in him. How am I going to get this hope if I wasn't taught it? Something had to put it there. You just can't have it. That's why you need the word that have this hope in him, purified him
Himself.
He cleansed the house. That was the purpose when he told him to go through and told him to defile the house. Start at myself. I'm going to take down and kill everything that caused me to go in error so I can make it a house of honor. That's the same thing you got to do. There are things in your life. There are behaviors in your mind you got to kill, slay, and tear down. Mark the one that up guard. Don't touch that. You were taught this in the 12th chapter book of Deuteronomy. Listen. The Lord commanded me to teach you statutes and judgment that you should do them in the place where you go to possess. The Lord God approved you. He told me you go in, you would have quick tear down. As soon as you get it, tear it down. Get rid of it. He went down. You should not do so until the Lord thy God stuff though. That's why he put a mark on it. The angels keep, they told you we keep the law. When he put a mark, God said, that's mine. Don't touch it. Woo. Don't touch it. Woo. Kill everything that's not mine. What are y'all doing? Back to unleavened bread. You got to get rid of the leaven. Mark the things that God ordained to keep. The rest you get rid of. Kill it so you can make it a vessel to honor. That's why look at now. He's taught us. He's shown us. He's demonstrated. Now we've changed. We've gotten rid of these things. Now we the sons of God. God dwelleth in us. Huh? You don't see it now, but when he shall appear, we're going to be like him. You know what happened on Pentecost? What is Pentecost up to? First fruit. First fruit means all of it's right. When he come back, it'll all be right. You don't send gatherers to gather in no harvest if it's not right. That's stupid. If I tell you to go gather, it's all right. It's ready. When I call you to the wedding supper, because I made all things ready. I ain't tell you to come in and I'm cooking. Give me 5 more minutes. All things are ready. My oxen and my fathers are killed. But you got to get rid of some things. That's what unleavened bread teaches us. This is not just about coming and singing and eating here. It's learning to get rid of things, and you do it through the teaching of the word. The word is spirit. When that spirit gets inside that word, it controls and conducts behaviors. It restricts, it restrains, it controls. Paul said in Christ, we have our being. In Christ we move. Because now the word resonates, it dictates. That's why we here. Finish this up, son.
Even as he is pure.
Listen.
Whosoever committed sin
is what?
Transgresseth also the law.
Tell them what sin is, son.
For sin is the transgression.
What's the law concerning unleavened Passover and unleavened bread? Get it out. So if I have leaven right now, what if I got a half a cookie in my pockets? What if I just got the little white piece, a little corner piece broke off of some bread in my car? Guess what I have to do? It's my responsibility when I hear it's been identified. I got to get rid of it. That's why you come to hear the word. This what you're doing for the week has to now become a lifestyle. You got to check yourself to make sure you don't ever have sin now because you're going to transgress the law. The penalty of having leaven was that soul was to be cut off from Israel. Whosoever sinning,
committed sin,
transgresses
also the law.
Tell them what sin is, son.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Tell them why he was here.
And you know that
he was what?
Manifested.
To do what?
To take away our sins.
Think about this. When you were given the Passover at the 14th day at evening, what you were supposed to get rid of? Guess when you were supposed to do that? When the lamb came on the scene. That's when you were supposed to get rid of, even the first day. On the first day is when the lamb was killed. On the first day when the blood was put down. Only way it's going to benefit you, you're going to have to have it out. Now you look and consider, this word don't benefit you when you still got leaven. Blood can't cover you with leaven. See, sometimes we think we can just run through something up quick. No, Stuff got to be out for it to work. You pray, you call on God, it don't work unless you're in a certain behavior. You got to comply with something. Y'all blame God when God don't work. When God works, you just hadn't done what you're told. Don't hold God to something when you say here you partly done what he told you to do. When he manifested himself as the Passover, you weren't supposed to have any sin. I'm sorry, leaven. Which would represent sin. So now since he's appeared, why is it you still got leaven? I'm sorry, sin. Because he just said, you know, manifest was shown. We didn't slay that lamb until the 14th day at evening. That 14th day at evening, you should have no leaven. I'm sorry, you should have no sin. Makes sense now? Finish this up.
And in him is no sin.
In him is no leaven. I'm sorry, no sin. Talk to me, son.
Whosoever abideth in him,
Tell them what they do.
sinneth not.
Anybody, you know what he told you about concerning the Passover? This is the law of the Passover. No stranger or alien can't take it. If they can't take that, they ain't got no business with the blood. They ain't got no business with it. That's why it's restricted. It's restricted because you'll get people that'll run through for a moment. You got people just pass to get out of something. He wanted people committed. It's just like a marriage. It's committed. It's a commitment. That's what people don't have. Christianity, you don't have no commitment. Because you know they teach you. One say, always say, I came in, I got baptized, I went out, I sold dope and do that. Still saved. Because you still can be saved. You don't lose your salvation. God restricted. Anybody who's going to take it need to stay there. Because this is where the law and the ordinance were going to be kept. This is where the people of God were going to be, and you were going to need to be with them in order to keep you encouraged, the mindset that you do it. He said when you walk, we want you to lay down, think on it. When you get up, when you walk by, he wants you to talk. Who am I going to talk to about if you have a different mind? Come on. Listen.
Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, neither known him.
If I got leaven, I know God. But I got the blood. I couldn't. Because that's not the ordinance. That's not the teaching. Because it's written in the law, they should all be taught of God. Every man, therefore, that heard and learned come unto him. So I don't even know God if I got it. If I got sin, I don't even know him. If I got leaven right now, I don't even know God. So what I want to do if I want to prove to y'all I know God? Get rid of my leaven. Or get rid of my... Make sense now? Make sense? Finish this up. Come on.
Little children,
let no man
deceive you.
Listen what happened.
He that doeth righteousness
is what?
Righteous.
And he that doeth righteous is only God. He that doth
righteousness,
which is shorted, right is
righteous.
Is right, even as
he is righteous.
Who is he? God. So if you do right, you're right like God is. That's different than what Christianity tell us. Christianity tell us only person do right is God. Why do Christianity have this book? Because this is your book. It just said, he that doth right is right even as he. As means same degree. Yep. You put two S's, then you got the mama. I don't even know what that means. Listen.
He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Why would a Christian get this book? Then look at it. My Jesus. My Jesus. Some devil in hell I'm putting it. What do you tell yourself when you read this? He, whoever, singular, that commit
sin
is of
the devil.
Tell them why.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
If you go and you have leaven during these 7 days when you were told not to, you did the same thing the devil do. Had God indeed said? So you can't drink a beer. I'm just asking, you can't drink a beer. That's what they'll do. They'll come and try to entice you. That's what the devil did in the beginning. People going to come and entice you to try to get it to you. Some kind of way, form, or fashion, people going to try to work to get you off from what you've been called to do. Listen.
For this purpose, the Son of God was manifested.
For this purpose. That's why the lamb was slain. That's why it was done. Listen why.
That he might destroy the works of the devil.
Didn't God come and destroy Egypt after that night? So think about it from that premise. The lamb was slain 14th day at evening, which is the 14th, 15th night. before the day come in. When he came, they came out. But they had to get rid of some things before they came out. After that, God destroyed them. He said this was the purpose. The only way I understand the Son coming, destroying, manifest, I got to know the Passover. I got to know the ordinances. The only way God going to bring me out, I got to get rid of some things. 12th chapter book of Hebrews, don't go get it. Therefore, seeing we are so compassed about. Important. You know when God brought them out? It was a cloud. Let us lay aside every. What? When we came out, we had to come out with substance. You don't even need that. There's some stuff in order for you to get to go. You don't need it. You still got it. Your funky attitude, your stinking ways, your Baptist tradition, your carnal thinking. It's a weight. And then you know what you got? Sin. Back to your 11. That does so easily, it keep your head stand. It keep your head stand. You see how the word work if you let it? All you need is a teacher. I want y'all to pray for me. That the Most High God will bless me to become a preacher that has an ability to look at the word, understand it, dissect it, and make it plain. Because he don't do it for everybody. I want y'all to pray for me. That I might get the gift one day to be able to expound to the people where they can see it, visualize it, then act upon it. And that people follow it. That's good, brother. Amen.